bringing it forward for those that voted for it, if that understands, or if that comports with what your understanding was that you did the other evening. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Councilmember Birch.
Yeah, Mark, on this, just out of curiosity, I think last week when we talked, I think the last thing I was asking you was we had 157 million, 134 million of that in round numbers was cash coming across, and my question was that was all reserves, and it was, the answer was yes, that was all reserves. Is that not what this looks like?
Some of the items are funding some of the things that have already been approved by City Council in some cases. So the total 134 million wasn't falling down to reserves in its entirety. For example, you'll see in under physical environment, under the enterprise funds, $48 million. That was primarily in the water and sewer fund. So bringing forward the cash covered the encumbrances and other things going forward. So essentially what you're seeing here is an additional $71 million, $71.5 million falling into reserves.
So you have 71 million or thereabouts in reserve, in actual reserves, and the other 80 million or whatever makes up the 157 million is already now encumbered. Is that right? Is that what we're talking about?
It's appropriated through 5508 as well as the original adopted budget for the appropriation.
Was it reserves before 5508 and now we've put it into place to where it's going to pay for?
It was cash. We have a certain amount of cash at the end of the year. And then that comes over, it's picking up some of those encumbrances and some of the items that were appropriated during the course of the first couple of months. It also picks up some of those items. So that essentially that's what's coming forward. I mean, the specific that's in the, I don't have the absolute specific right now that's in the physical environment, but I can get that for you.
Yeah, it's different than what I was, certainly different than what I was, this is the first I've seen it, so I'm a little bit at a loss, but it's certainly different than what I was thinking we were looking at. We'll definitely need to talk about it, I guess, but it looks to me like we are increasing our spending by that 80-some million dollars as opposed to the premise that we were bringing over $134 million in cash reserves that were going to be or could be designated as reserves. You have to help me out here, I guess.
I don't know that I can help you out right now, but I'd be more than happy to sit down and talk with you.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about it. Okay, thank you.